So we're going to talk today about 4 different personality styles based upon color. And in the email that I sent out a link for you to take a personality profile test. Did anybody get a chance to do that?
I need to get the link.
You didn't get the link. You did get a chance to do it. So we will share again at the end how you can find out what your exact personality profile is. So let me start off by asking you this question. How many people work with difficult people?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's the definition of work.
Yeah.
You work with difficult people. Okay, how many people live with difficult people? You live with
Sleep my armor.
Okay.
But not
You have difficult people in your circle. Okay. How many people are the difficult people? Not really willing to admit that you're the difficult
I think
person.
we can all be difficult.
At times, yeah.
I think we all can.
We
Everybody
can all
has
be
their
difficult.
own, set of stubbornness.
Exactly, exactly. And the thing that we're going to find out is that it's not necessarily that you're difficult or the other person's difficult, it's that your personality styles are different. And so it's really important for us to understand individual personality styles so we know how to interact with each other and we know what presses each other's buttons and things like that. So today we're going to go through the different personality styles. And then in the end, if you are interested in learning more about how you can incorporate this into your life, how you can improve your relationships, how you can use some of the materials that I will share with you today to take your relationships and your communication and your conflict resolution and all of that to the next level, I'll have an opportunity for you to talk to me about how you can do something like that. So I told you that this personality profile program is based upon colors. And so the colors that we're going to be talking about today are blue, red, yellow, green. Great. So let's talk a little bit now about the red personality type. So when I say red, what does that sound like to you?
I'm thinking bold.
Bold. Anybody else? What does red sound like?
hot-tempered.
Hot-tempered, okay. Aggressive, okay, that's pretty good guesses because the red personality type is someone who's really results-oriented. This person is the person that when you start talking about what needs to get done, don't spend too much time on it. They want the net it out for them, give them the bullet points, get right to it, and send them on their way. Reds tend to think they're the boss, whether or not they are actually the boss, right? So if you're in a situation with a red and say for instance you're in a room and nobody's taking leadership and they may not even have a role of authority, but nobody else is taking leadership, count on it that this red is going to step up and is going to lead the team. And in fact, it may look to some like the red is usurping the authority because they just have this need to just set things on course, get things done, bottom line results. So the strengths that the reds have is that they're leaders and they're delegators and they're administrators. And this is really good because people who are not leaders need someone to step up to the plate to be a leader. And even within their role, even if they don't have a position of authority, whatever they're doing, they can lead that task. So that's a skill that they have. They're really good at delegating responsibility to others, and to some people, it may even look like they're pushing off their work on somebody else. But because this is such a strong skill for them, they're able to identify what needs to be done, and they may say, well, this person can do this and this person can do that, and it frees them up to go lead and do other things. Reds are really intense personalities. And so if you don't know this about someone in your life who's a red, you may even take offense at this. It's like, why does she always have to be so pressed? What is she so pressed about? And one of the things that I really want you to understand in just the time that we have together today is if you know what somebody's personality style is, then you don't have to get upset at them. You just realize, well, that's their personality style. So when Andrea walks in the room and she's like, where's the, that's her personality style. It may come off as brash or aggressive or whatever, but remember, everybody has their own unique personality styles, and there's nothing wrong with any of the personality styles. No one personality is better than another. They love factual information. If you come to a red and you say something like, well, I'm not quite sure, but I think it's this or that, they're going to just discount it, right? What they want to know is, well, what is the bottom line? What research was done? Where did you get the information? Is the source, credible, that sort of thing. A red really wants to understand that they're dealing with the facts. Now, one thing about a red is that they make decisions very, very quickly and easily. Some people deliberate over decisions like, should I take the white one or the black one? And that will be painstaking in trying to figure that out. But with a red, they're like, it's black, it's white. They just know immediately. And what they do is they take calculated risks, right? So they know that there's a real possibility that they may get it wrong, but that's okay because they've done some background checking. They really understand that, however it turns out, it can work out. So they're willing to take calculated risks. What they do is they will take an idea and they will use it. And they will use systems as well. And what they will do is they will oversee those systems. They will come in, and while the green relies on that system to get it done, the leader or the red will take a leadership role and say, okay, I see how all this fits together, and they'll pull those things together. So they'll use, and it may very well be somebody else's idea and somebody else's system, and it may look like they're taking credit for it, but they're able to pull it all together. And that's probably one of the reasons why they are leaders. One thing that's really clear about the red is that they're bottom line people. I once had a boss who used to say to me, and I just thought it was amazing because she was a high-level vice president, and she told me once, I was her chief of staff, and she told me once, she said, Andrea, when you call me, I need you to say, this message is for information, this message is for resolution. Like, she needed to know up front, before she even heard what the issue was, she wanted to know how to listen to it. That's how a red is. A red is a person who wants you to just give them the facts, give them the bottom line, and the best thing you can do is give them an executive summary. They're not going to read the whole thing. If you come to them with a report that is this thick, chances are they're not going to read it. What they want is a sheet of paper, preferably bullet points, and not only that, they want you to have already solved it before you even come to them. So they don't want you to come to them with a problem. They want you to come to them with a solution. And that's what your red is. Your red is a bottom line person that just wants to give it to me straight. Don't sugarcoat it. Give me the facts. Okay, so this is a picture of my family. And my family is extremely closely knit. That's my daughter's dog, so that makes me a grandmother. And my daughter's only 13 going on 14, so hopefully I will be more than that for a while. But so that's my family. And the reason I wanted to share that with you is over the holidays, I did this presentation with my family. And one of the reasons that I wanted to do the presentation with my family is because even in a closely knit family, you can find that there's conflict, right? And probably we conflict either at work or at home because we're comfortable in those environments. Those are environments that we're in quite often. And so I wanted to see, I had an idea, but I wanted to see what each personality style was with my family. And as we were going through it and people were finding out that they were blues, or they were finding out that they were greens, or they were finding out that they were reds or yellows, they were like, oh. And then not only that, we were able to see why this person acts that way, or why I'm conflicting with this person because I'm a red and you're a red and you're not the boss of me, And so we ended up seeing that. So how does that benefit? Like, how is that beneficial to you to know what your family members are or what your coworkers are? How would that benefit you?
Like you said earlier, you know how to do it, and you won't take it so personally.
Okay. Anybody else?
How to communicate with them, you get an idea of how they like information, when you're delivering information to them.
Exactly. One more. Anybody else? Why is it important?
I think different expectations that you can't force them to do something. Now you know that how they're going to react.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So,
Go in there.
if I am a red and I have an employee that's a yellow and I ask them to get the job done and I walk by their desk and I see them over at the water fountain shooting the breeze, I'm thinking that they're not doing their job. They may very well be doing their job because they're building a relationship that's going to help them to get the job done more effectively. So knowing the different personality styles can help take away some of that personal and emotional stuff that happens when we find that people are not the way that we expect them to be. And if I know that you're a certain way, I'm like, oh, okay, she's just being a green. And I now have nothing against you, it's just your personality style. So that's one of the reasons that I wanted to share that. One of the things that this program, Connecting with Colors, has is this thing called Synergize Your Life. And you can actually look at the personality profiles from a variety of different ways. You can look at it from home life, you can look at it like how do you relate to your children, your teens and your tweens. You can look at it like how do you relate on a job. You can even look at it from a sales and client perspective. And so if you're interested in something like that, if you're interested in getting deeper on the information, if you're interested in understanding how maybe this can be brought into your workplace, maybe you can are interested in thinking about how you could bring personality profiles and leadership training into your religious organization or nonprofit organization, please see me afterwards and I can talk to you about how we can develop something for you. Okay, so let's talk about it. What colors, what do you know about the colors? And it was very high level that we talked about today, and of course we can go much deeper. But tell me what you think. Blues or what? What did we say about blues?
Very nice.
Blues are very, very nice. Very nice. What about greens?
Greens get the job done.
They get the job done. What about reds?
Reds are in control. They
Mm-hmm.
want to be the boss.
They want to be the boss, absolutely. And yellows.
Right?
They like the party. That's what sticks with you. They're very charismatic. Try it again. Did you see yourself in any one of those? So I think to get deeper, you want to take the full-blown test. I'm going to give you a link where you can go, even on your iPhone, and take the test real quickly to find out just what your primary personality style is. But then if you wanted to go deeper to know what your secondary was, and if you wanted to even learn how you can use this in different walks of life, like I said, at work or at home, then you can get some information there as well. This is the site that you can go on if you want to take the test. And it will give you an opportunity to find out what your primary style is. And then it'll give you just a little report that will tell you a little bit about yourself.